the Plaza de la Puerta Cerrada. This means square of the closed gate. Why is it called square of the closed gate? Because there actually used to be a gate here, a city gate that belonged to the 16th century city walls that used to be around Madrid. So Madrid actually used to have these city walls around it, right? And then there was this gate right here. But you see, right now we're standing right outside of this gate, and this used to be a lawless zone, a really rowdy place. It was full of brothels, full of bandits, full of drunks, full of bars, full of prostitutes, filled with all of that bad stuff that you can think about, right? And things here, they actually got so bad, you know? So bad, so rowdy, that the authorities at the time, they decided to permanently close the city gate in order to stop the bad influence from spreading further into the city, right? And also in order to prevent all those inner city people from, you know, sneaking out here and engaging in all of this rowdy behavior. And then they put up this giant cross in order to remind all of the people in this bad neighborhood of the errors of their ways. So, you know, as I said, they put up the city gate in order to prevent people from coming into this neighborhood. But what usually happens when you tell someone that they can't go somewhere?
They go anyway.
Go. All of a sudden you're like, oh damn. Some people wanted to go even more when they closed the city gate. And instead of, you know, going to the next gate and then walking their way over, well, they're too lazy, right? They're Spaniards. So they decide, no, much better, we're actually going to climb the city gate. And so people at night, what they would do is they would climb up the gate and climb back down. And for this reason, Madrileños, they actually came to be known as gatos. Anyone knows what gatos means? Cats. Because they got this reputation of always climbing up walls and climbing down them. And that's where their nickname comes from. Gatos, another reason we think this nickname, you know, originates, it's not actually from this, it's because cats, they tend to stay up all night, right? And you will notice that Madrileños, they stay up all night. They essentially live at night. So what this means is that they stay up all night on a Saturday night until about 8 o'clock in the morning. Then let's think it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday, what do you guys usually do on Sunday? Chill out, right? Sleep, relax. Not Madrileños. You know what they do on Sunday? They call up their friends, they sleep until maybe 3 p.m., right? Then they call their friends, they come to this neighborhood over here called La Latina, and they keep drinking. Every Sunday in Madrid is a giant party, okay? It's a giant street party. All of the bars, all of the, you know, restaurants in this neighborhood, they open up. People are in there having food, having tapas, enjoying life, socializing until a very early night here in Madrid, which is about 12 or 1 a.m. So you know what? This neighborhood, it really kept its reputation as this rowdy zone, right? As like the party area here in Madrid. Although it's mostly only on Sundays. Now, as I said, you can go to this neighborhood, you can get some tapas on Sundays. Actually, the origin of tapas originates from back in the time when, you know, they had this city gate, and this was under a king called Alfonso X. And under this king, workers, they were very, very poor, right? They were poor back in the day. And so when they would go out for lunch, they couldn't afford to buy both food and a drink. So they're Spanish, what do you think they chose? Yeah, they chose to drink, of course, right? Who needs food? So they're drinking at lunch without eating, drinking on empty stomachs. What happens when you drink on an empty stomach?
You get drunk.
You get really drunk. And then they're getting really drunk and they're going back to work. Happens when you're drunk at work. Anyone tried it? Anyone tried it? No? Anyone can just theorize what happens when you're drunk at work? You get fired. You're not really productive, are you? Right? Most of the time, kind of goofing around, maybe you're sleeping. Yeah, so productivity at the time, it really shot down. So King Alfonso, he needs to do something, right? He needs to raise productivity in Spain. So he passes a law. Does he ban drinking? No. No, guys, that's absurd. He would never ban drinking. No, he actually passes a law that says that every time you order a drink here in Madrid, in Spain, you need to be served a small amount of food along with it. And that's actually where the origin of tapas came from. And you will notice that here in Madrid, when you enter any bar or restaurant, with the exception of Irish pubs, and you order a drink, you will always get served some food along with it. So there you go, that's tapas for you. How cute is that, right? King Alfonso and his tapas. I want to, before we leave the square, draw your attention to this sign over here. This is the official phrase of Madrid, and I will test you on this sign later, so you better remember it. I'll translate it for you though, so it's not that hard. Suizo de agua edificada, mis muros de fuego son. This means I was built on water and my walls are made of fire. The official phrase of Madrid. Built on water, walls of fire. Everyone remembering? Taking pictures is cheating. Won't be allowed to look at that. Okay? Everyone remember that. One final little tip from me to you. There is this very traditional liquor here in Madrid. It's this very sweet liquor. It comes from a madroño berry. This is like a cranberry strawberry that grows on madroño trees. Those are these trees around Madrid, right? This is a very traditional liquor, as I said. If you guys want to taste this yummy little liquor, this place over here called El Madroño, it not only serves you a shot of this liquor, this very sweet liquor, it actually serves it to you in a chocolate shot glass. Which means that after you take your shot of liquor, you can actually eat your chocolate shot glass. Yeah? Okay, I think that's all I have to say on drinking for right now, so let's go down the street.
See, that's why people go. There was one guy who had one of each. Just sat there mixing them, so he gave them he was like sandwiches, but he just got one people so hot. He said, "Oh, big shots like this movie."
Madrid, it's a bear standing up against a tree, a madroño tree to be exact. This symbol is somewhere around here. Find it for me. This is our Where's Waldo part of the tour. Yes, we found it! We got you guys! Winner! Who's gonna buy her a beer? Yes, it's up there! Bear standing up against the tree. That is the official symbol of Madrid. So the symbol of Madrid actually used to be only the bear. Why? Well, this is a funny story. So you know, back in the time when they thought that the earth was flat, so before Galileo's time, the Spaniards, the Madrileños in particular, they used to look up at the sky and they used to see this really bright, really big constellation of a bear. Anyone know constellations? There's a bear one up there, right? We can all see it. But the Madrileños, they thought the earth was flat, right? And so they thought, gosh, even if other people can see it, they see it really far away, but it shines for us. It's right here, it's so close to us, it's so bright. The symbol of the bear must belong to Madrid, and it shines for Madrid. So they made the bear the symbol of Madrid. And actually, there are 7 stars on the Spanish flag, and those stars represent each of the constellations of this bear. So, it was also a nice symbol for Madrid because there actually used to be bears that would graze in the forest around Madrid, right? And then, back in this time of this king, Alfonso X, there was a conflict between the city, the people, and the church. There's always a conflict between the city and the church, over who had the rights to have their animals graze in the forests around Madrid. Because you see, the church, they thought themselves, you know, almighty Heidi, and they wanted to impose a tax on the city, make people pay to have their animals graze in the forest. The city people, they were like, whoa, these forests are as much ours as they are yours. Why are we paying you? So they also don't like to pay taxes, as we'll see later. So they actually stand up, they revolt, and the king, he needs to choose sides. Does he choose the side of the church or the side of the city? Now he's a pretty liberal king, right? He's the one who spread that wonderful tapas law. So whose side do you think he chose? He chose the side of the city. And ever since, the official symbol of Madrid has been of the bear, which represents the city, standing up against the tree, which represents the church, and the bear is actually eating the fruit of the tree. So the symbol of Madrid is essentially a giant middle finger to the church, right? And as I said, you will see this symbol everywhere. You can actually see it on that trash can right over there. You see it on most trash cans around Madrid. You see it on most manholes, not that one, but later. You see drawings of it on the ground. You see it on, I can't even, there's another statue installed. If you start paying attention, it's really gonna start messing with your head, right, from what you see it. Okay, the plan for the next 15 minutes is we're gonna go through 2,000 years of Madrid history, right? But we're gonna try and condense it because the goal is just to make you guys look smart, right? Get enough to go tell your